All right, what's going on, everybody? Well, um, we finally lost the game. Uh, there's a lot to go over. Offense looked really, really bad. Defense, I think we played too much zone on the back end. Our DBs were playing way too far off in some situations. But I will give it up. What's up, Bob? I will give it up to the defense on short yardage situations. They seem to play really good and, um, keep Jacksonville in check on like third and short and things like that. The fact that Salah didn't really make a lot of changes as far as not getting any pressure. He wasn't running more stunts. We should have blitzed a little bit more, brought a little more exotic looks to get to Trevor Lawrence, because there was a point there in that game in that third quarter. Trevor Lawrence was looking really, really bad. He should have thrown at least 3 picks. Fucking Fred had his hands on 2 of them and just couldn't get it. So it sucks. The Upton Stout interception, that was the interception. That wasn't pass interference on that goddamn play. How was it pass interference? It didn't stop Travis Hunter from going back toward the ball or catching the ball or anything like that at all. But yeah, Purdy played like shit, but and I'm not making excuses for him. He did play bad, 3 turnovers. But at the same time, with a lot of his passes, almost all his passes sailing on him, Purdy's playing hurt. I mean, you could see it when he was walking around. He was limping, his toes still bothering him, but I guess they couldn't throw Mac Jones out there because, according to Shanahan, Jones looked a little more hobbled than Brock Purdy did in practice. So, you got your 2 main quarterbacks are dinged up, and you got to put one of them out there. And that's what happens with the toe is Brock couldn't step into his throws because on his plant foot, when you're planting and getting ready to step into a throw, that's putting all that pressure down on that toe. So, and special teams, you guys fucking suck. Suck fucking dick. Suck fat dick. We came into this game with the opponent average starting field position at like the 34 goddamn yard line. You give up an 80-something yard punt return. You get the fucking 15-yard flag on a return that set him up in better field position. I mean, our defense battled until the end. It took everything our defense had to even keep this game close. I will give credit to the defense. Yeah, we got run on by Etienne, but hey, everything just came full circle and caught up with us this game. This was a bad game. Bad game. Like I said, it's just everything caught up to us. This offensive line can't run block for shit. I think McCaffrey had 3 drops in this. Bourne had a couple. JJ dropped a touchdown. It was bad. We had a good 6 or 7 drops on top of the 2 interceptions Purdy threw. So offense played really bad. This was a horrible ass game. Congrats to the Jags. First time in the last 6 games, you guys finally beat us. we've been busting that ass and winning by an average of 22 points. You guys finally got one on us. You know, we've been busting your ass since Kaepernick was our quarterback. So, you know, y'all finally got one. But man, like I said, this defense kept this game to where we literally could have won it at the end. Purdy hadn't have fumbled and we could have kept that drive going. We could have drove and won this game. But, you know, it is what it is. It happens. I was curious to see how long we were going to keep winning with all these injuries. And then when Bosa went down, you know, it's just stacking and stacking and stacking. And Pearsall went out the game for a little while. I guess his knee was bothering him. I mean, he came in with the knee was already sore. So it fucking sucks. When the team plays like this, it's just fucking horrible. There's no excuse for it. You know, Purdy's got to play better. I get it. You're hurting. You're in pain. But I've watched you bust Seattle's ass and Tampa Bay's ass with the fucked up ribs. I think torn cartilage in your ribs or something like that. So I've watched you play injured. Now that's ribs. That's not planting on your foot and making it so that your passes will be a little more under control. But yeah, it's bad. So I don't know what to do or what to say about these fucking injuries anymore. This isn't normal. It's some crazy ass shit. But you know, it is what it is. We got to weather this storm. I would like to see us rotate running backs more often, especially in short yardage. I really don't know what the fuck to say. This was bad, like bad. This was really bad. So, you know, but yeah, the Luke Farrell fumble. Don't ever throw the football to that dude again. Keep throwing. If you want tight ends to get involved without Kittle being here, throw the goddamn ball to Jake Tunges. So, because Tunges got another touchdown. God, this defensive line played like shit. Only 12 tackles between all of them. And how fitting it had to be fucking Eric Armstead with the game-sealing fumble. Had to be Eric Armstead. So, but that's really all I got. I mean, this was trash, straight trash, the whole team. Well, like I said, the defense, they played their ass off. They did what they could. But you know, when you don't get really any pressures or hits on the quarterback, and especially in a time when you see Trevor Lawrence is trying to throw the game away and give it to you, you have to dial shit up. But it didn't happen. So, you know, that's what happens. And, you know, whatever. It's a loss. It's AFC loss. So, I mean, get it out of the way now. We're still top of the division because we have two division dubs. So, you know, get this shit out of the way, put it behind us, and get ready to play in 4 days. We got a game on Thursday. So, and Brock Purdy, stop fucking lying, bro. Stop lying, Purdy. You said your toe didn't bother you. You a lying motherfucker because I saw you limping around walking out there. So stop motherfucking lying. Bro, you could say your toe didn't hurt, but if your toe didn't hurt and that's how you're going to play from now on, you're dog shit. Stop it. Your toe hurt you. It made it so you couldn't plant and drive your fucking throws. That's why they were sailing on you. You weren't able to put all the pressure you need on that foot. I get it. You're a competitor. You want to be tough. Yeah, my toe didn't bother me. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I picked us to win too, CPG. But you know, it is what it is. Shit like this happens. Games like this happen. I'm glad it's early in the season when, you know, we still have a lot of injuries. We need Kittle back like a motherfucking sap. So yeah, we need Kittle back a motherfucking sap. Not only does he help in the pass game, he helps in the run game, and Kyle's got to do something to change up this run game. Not so much as take McCaffrey out, but you have to sub McCaffrey a little bit more. After today, I'm not sure how many touches he had today. I haven't looked and seen. But I swear to God, McCaffrey's got to, if he had over 23 touches in the first 4 games, McCaffrey's got over 100 touches already, and that's not sustainable. So, yeah. So, yeah, Purdy looked like ass. Like I said, you know, this was a real tough situation for the coaching staff, man, when both quarterbacks are dinged up. We had Mac Jones had his knee, the PCL, you know, when he had to throw the brace on, and so you know, with his PCL and then Purdy's toe, it's not all the way healed. 2 weeks, he should have been out 3 at the least. We should have had him. Yeah, it's not. The crazy thing is, even with the run game not performing, nah, you're right, Oz. No luck. You know, fumbles were bouncing Jacksonville's way, even a forced fumble Fred forced. CMC had that fumble, but he was able to get back on it, which was lucky. So CMC had 3 drops and a fumble today. Yeah, they are catching up. I don't think I've ever seen CMC have 3 drops and a fumble in one goddamn game. You know, but even with our run game not working, we still have 400 yards of total offense. Yeah, that wasn't a PI. That PI call on the interception, that wasn't a PI. That should have been Upton Stout's interception. And, you know, we still had almost 400 yards of total offense. But what do we have? 6, 7 drops, a fumble. It was, I don't know, this game was bad. It was bad, but so, you know, I don't know what the fuck to say. This was Oh, wow. I guess I'm seeing this now. It looks like Robert Saleh and Jacksonville's head coach had to be separated after the game. Liam Cohen was butthurt about, I guess, all that shit Saleh said before the game. But you can't be that sensitive, bro. You're a head coach. Let the shit go off your back. So, yeah, 4 turnovers, and we didn't get one on Jacksonville. Not one. Should have had one. Didn't get one. Well, we should have had more than that. Like I said, Fred had his hands on 2. Upton had that one that he straight cut that route off. He cut that whip route by Travis Hunter. He jumped in front of that, and it's whatever. The punt return for a touchdown that we gave up didn't help. It was a bad game. Bad game. But like I said, we just got to flush this and get ready. We play in 4 days. We play on Thursday Night Football. So, we get to go down to Levi's South. It'll basically be a home game. So, and I said the defense did all they could and they played really good. The second half, the defense only gave up 94 total yards in the second half. But our offense, we just couldn't get out of our own fucking way. And it's shitty that happened. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have an interception, or nobody on this team can catch a goddamn ball. Outside of Ricky Pearsall, he seems to be the only one that can fucking catch right now, while him and Demarcus Robinson. I don't know why we waited so late to get Demarcus Robinson involved. Is it just because he hadn't practiced in so long? I figured Demarcus Robinson should have been a bigger part of the game plan. Because if what he showed in preseason and all through camp and stuff like that is what we're going to get on the field during game days, yes, Demarcus Robinson should have been a bigger, but I'm not overly concerned now. If this stuff piles up and goes into Thursday night and shit like that, and then I'm going to start looking sideways at a lot of fucking people. But, yeah, this just sucks. Like I said, everybody looked like shit today. So, but yeah, I want every wide receiver not named Ricky Pearsall. You go hit the jugs machine today, and whatever practices we have until Thursday, y'all stay after practice on the jugs machine and catch 200 balls. If you drop one, you start over at 1 until you catch 200 straight. Get your fucking hands right. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, Jared. Yeah, I was mentioning that stuff earlier. I wanted to see Saleh change it up a little bit. Not play so much zone on the back end, play a little more man, and run some more games, and blitzes and some more exotic pressure, simulated pressures and things like that on the front end. Because there, like I said, there was a point there in, I believe, the third quarter when Trevor was trying to give us this game, and we just couldn't put no pressure on him. So, it is what it is. Like I said, we'll still be all right from this. But I really ain't got much else to say. So I'm probably going to call this and appreciate it. This loss sucks, but whatever. It is what it is. Good shit, Jacksonville. You got one. And it took you, double-digit years to finally get one from us. We don't play that often. So, good for y'all. And, everybody, go out there and support veteran-owned businesses. That's really all I got. I'm out.